ADV here. Hear me loud and hear me clear, because I am seeing a lot of people using the buzzwords of their handlers. Obviously, you've been ingesting the mainstream media. Stop ingesting poison. Stop injecting poison. Stop eating poison. Stop listening to poison. It poisons your mind. You are impressionable. This is a huge psyop all the way from the beginning, all the way from its long plan. There is no COVID. There never was COVID. Nobody's infected with COVID. There is no such thing. Stop saying you had it. Stop saying you know someone who had it. Stop saying that the quacky shot of poison suppresses COVID symptoms. It doesn't. It doesn't. Because it doesn't exist. What is the flu? This is the flu. What is the flu? You can watch my videos on yummy.doctor that teach you about the detox mechanisms of the body and what the flu is. When you poison your body on a continual basis, your body has to get rid of the wastes. When you are nutritionally deficient, you don't get rid of the wastes well. What happens? They come out of your body. Symptoms are produced to remove the waste, mucus, lungs, bowels, all of these areas will work to get rid of waste. That's what's happening. And people say, I'm sick, and they want to get rid of the symptoms, but the symptoms are the body's mechanisms of healing. When you have a symptom, that means you are healing. Put that in your brain. Rewire this upside down inversion that you've been sold. No vaccine ever has saved a life, ever in the history of humanity. These were designed to damage. These were designed to control. These were designed to manipulate you and to use fear to promote fake germ theory, to make you be afraid of the invisible world. So you are easy to manage and easy to control. That's all this ever was from the beginning. From the beginning. I know for many of you, that sounds very difficult in your mind. It's hard to rectify. Do the work, trust me. Unravel each mystery, and you will realize that all of the stories you've been told are that, fairy tales. And then when you really realize that they write the history and they make up the stories and they write the fake science and they're in charge of all of the institutions, the very same people that lie to you again and again and again, that own the mainstream media and lie to you through the mainstream media, you'll start to realize, you'll start to see. And this is the big one, guys. This is the big push. To use the lie to take the rest of your freedoms away. That's what this is about. Nobody's dying from COVID. There is no COVID. There is no COVID. What can't you understand? Now people are dying. Now the hospitals are going to fill up. You wait till the fall. All of these sheep, all of these poor, mind-controlled psyop victims who think they're so goody two-shoe people getting this shot, poisoning themselves, part of a psyop, part of an experiment. They have given their lives away. They have sacrificed themselves to a demon. That's what they've done. They've given their souls to demons, and proudly so. It's a very sad thing to watch. These people will either have the placebo, because it's an experiment, and nothing will happen to them, or they will die in the fall when the usual detox mechanisms begin to arise and their poor lifestyle habits come to the surface and they get symptoms again of the body trying to remove waste. That's it. They will have complications and die. Or what will happen is they will be infertile and they will be unable to conceive. Or if they are able to conceive, if they actually ate some nutrition and were able to conceive, their children will be dull. Their children will be less than. Because this has been an incremental degradation of our lineages for hundreds of years in this way. And you can see the evidence of it. Look at the evidence in the people, the inability to contemplate, think, rectify situations, and understand how badly they're being screwed over right now. The dumbing down has taken effect. The IQ is low. The sperm count is low. The great call is here. So step away from the brainwashing, the mind control. Clear your mind from the psyop. Stop consuming their lies. All of them. And guess what? Unfortunately, they control both sides. So the majority of people who are breaking truth stories, they are not your friends. They are part of the enemy. They are the ones who are confusing you deeper. So be very, very careful whom you listen to. And if it's fear, and if it's all fear, walk away. Just walk away. Strengthen yourself. Cleanse yourself. Do not ingest their poisons. Do not ingest their GMO poisons. Do not ingest their fragrance and chemical poisons from all of their companies. Boycott their companies. Do not inject yourself with their fraudulent, scammy poisons. Do not get tested with their fraudulent tests. Do you understand that when you are ill, so when you get poison shot into you, you are now going to shock the body to such a severe degree that it may not even show symptoms anymore. And people say that's a cure because you suppressed symptoms by shocking the body into not having its bodily mechanisms working anymore. That's a cure. You're mentally ill if you think that. You have no knowledge of the body if you think that. This is the magic show of the fake, scammy medical cult. It's a magic show. They make the appearance of the symptoms going away by breaking your mechanisms of detox, of release, of removal. Guess what happens again and again? Why can't people put this story together, the truth together? When you suppress it, it comes back. When you suppress it, it comes back, and usually worse. It's clockwork. Anybody with a brain and a little bit of IQ left in their heads can figure this out. When you get a shot and you die, people think it's something else. This is the cult think. This is the brainwashing at work. Please, I beg you, release yourself from the ideologies of your handlers. Remove yourself from the cult indoctrination, brainwashed thinking that is warped. All right. There's no COVID. There's no cure to COVID. There's no ivermectin. There's no other sorts of stupid hydroxychloroquine poisons. No. None of those things are good for you. None of those things will cure COVID. It doesn't exist at all. It was made up in a boardroom, just like they're making up the next one. It's called SPARS. You got to figure it out, guys. You got to figure out that the Freemasons at the top of this pyramid have got you by the balls for centuries. They own the media. They own Hollywood. You think those musicians and those actors are actually talented? No. They've gone through rituals with these cultists. It's a hard pill to swallow, but you're either going to wake up now or you're going to be pulled into their cult, and you will either die or you will lose a fundamental part of yourself. I can't put it any plainer than this. So symptoms, all symptoms are the healing of the body, okay? When you have a symptom, it's your body healing. So when you see a symptom come up, go, oh, my body's healing something. What would it be? What could it be? What system is involved? What tissue is involved? Have I been eating correctly? Am I stressed? Am I detoxing properly? Am I missing a key nutrient like magnesium or vitamin D in my body? Or do I have enough glutathione in my body to get rid of the waste? Because if I don't, it's going to come out through the skin. It's going to come out through the breath. It's going to come out through my sweat. It's going to come out through my bowels. It's going to come out through my lungs. It's going to come out any which way it can, other than the way it should, which is through the liver. Help the liver, support the liver, and you won't ever get sick again because you won't need to express it in that rudimentary way. And you won't need to take poisons to try to give the illusion that somehow it went away. This is as simple as I can put it for you. So change your language. If somebody says, oh, I had it, or somebody had it, correct them. I'm sorry, you're mistaken. There is no such thing. You're under a deep hypnotic spell, and I'm sorry that I'm the one to break it to you. But there is no COVID, and there never was. There is no COVID vaccine. This is an experiment upon your life. Not for your health, not for your well-being. Why would you need to be manipulated into taking it? By taking away your freedoms, your rights, your freedom to travel, your freedom to love and hug and touch and be seen and have your face, your smiling face for children to see. Why would they need to do that to you? If it was real and if it was helpful, they wouldn't just give it to you for one. You'd be paying through the nose for it if it actually helped you. That's a fact. They wouldn't need to coerce you in it. They wouldn't need commercials for it. They wouldn't need their Hollywood magicians to sell it to you. They wouldn't need to buy the politicians to make you do it. Can you not think? Can you not see? Because what's coming is death. It will come. For those of you that have poisoned yourselves and in the illusion, in the fall, the numbers will be overwhelming. Those empty hospitals, the hospitals that have been empty from the beginning, and shame on you, doctors and nurses, you liars, taking credit for nothing that you've done other than hurt people. There's no frontline workers. You're all a bunch of frauds, and you're going down with the ship too. Because don't you think this isn't a reckoning time? Because it is. Judgment Day is here, and you will be judged for your works. So I suggest you stand up now while you have the chance and save yourselves. Because if you're just going along to get along so you get a paycheck, it's going to get real hairy for you. And you'll wish you did it. Trust me on that. Here it is. The line in the sand has been drawn. Choose where you're going. Choose the side you're on. There is no COVID, and there never was. There's no cure for COVID because it doesn't exist. Thank you.